short answer for you guys, right? It's not this magic cookie cutter answer that I'm going to give you. Why? Because there's 550 different algorithms that go into just a credit card application, let alone when somebody's actually going to underwrite and actually a person is going to look at your credit. So let me say it this way. The reason you are getting denied, first and foremost, is not because of your credit score. One of the biggest misconceptions in credit is that if you have a high credit score, you are automatically going to get approved for credit cards, a home, a vehicle, start your business, or whatever it is you're trying to do. That could not be further from the truth. This should be something that really just I debunk right off the rip. So a credit score by itself does not matter. So people, tons of people, I'm talking loads of people, say this question. Look, man, I'm at a 740 credit score, but I'm getting denied. What is going on? Why do I keep getting denied for credit cards? Why do I keep getting denied for a home? Or why can't I get approved for a home? I've got a great credit score, Mike. And the reason is because it has nothing to do with the credit score. There are factors within the credit score that you guys need to figure out and understand. I'm going to share with you right now. So let's talk about it. Inside of your credit, there are called credit factors that are extremely important. That means the amount of accounts that you have, the amount of revolving accounts, the amount of installment accounts, the amount of inquiries you have, the amount of age you have, and if you have negatives, including charge-offs or collections on your credit score. Those factors make up the credit score. But I can take somebody with a completely blank file, let's say an 18-year-old kid, and I threw on a trade line, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. And let's say I put a 10,000 credit limit trade line on this credit card, and it had 10 years of history. But the person had absolutely no positives, no negatives, no inquiries, but yet I threw a bomb-ass trade line like that on there. Well, what's going to happen is that credit score is going to drive up significantly fast. I'm talking about something like that on a blank file with a 10-year-old trade line, you're probably looking at about a 775 credit score. Now let me ask you a question. If you apply for a credit card with a 775 credit score, and that credit score that you applied for, the credit card you applied for, but you got a 775 credit score, do you think that you're going to get approved? Put it in comments. Will you get approved for that credit card? I need to hear from you guys. This is extremely important because I want to make sure that you're very clear today on what is going to happen. So, one trade line, no negatives, no inquiries, no positive, just one authorized user trade line, and now your score is 775. Do you get approved for a home, credit card, or a vehicle? Put it in comments for me right now. Just put yes or no. And that will help me indicate what's really going on. Okay, now, as I'm talking through for a second, I want you to think of your credit score as a grade, right, in school, A, B, C, D, F. Your credit score is simply the same thing for adults, right? We're not child anymore. Some of us are, but we're not in grade school. So let me say it this way. What you have inside makes more importance than the actual score. Meaning, if you have a 665 credit score, but you got 15 accounts, you got 3 inquiries, you got 9 years of age, and you've got no collections, but maybe your utilization is a little bit higher, you have a 1,000% chance more of getting approved with a 665 with what that criteria I just talked about, rather than you having a 779 with one trade line. I'm going to sum this up very easily for you. Because, again, I'm telling you, the amount of people that ask this question is absurd. And it's because you guys aren't in the credit game that you don't understand what's going on. So people are calling in, I'm getting denied, I'm getting denied, I'm getting denied. What is going on? The problem isn't that you're getting denied. The problem is you don't have the education to know why you're getting denied. This is why I create the credit game for you guys, to learn exactly what to do and exactly what your file needs to look like to get approved, not denied. So can you imagine getting in the credit game, knowing exactly what trade lines to put on, talk about in a minute, exactly how many inquiries you should have, and if there's more, you know how to remove them in 48 hours, exactly how much age you should have, and if you don't have a lot of age, what trade lines to put on to basically inflate your age overnight if you wanted to. Your collections or charge-offs, depending on how old they are, I'll tell you exactly which ones need to be removed, which ones could actually stay on and still get approved, based on the age and the time limit that are on your credit report. And the late payments, and how the late payments actually affect you or don't affect you when it comes to funding. How about the inquiries? Most people don't have collections, have high utilization, they've got some trade lines on, but they end up having like 25 inquiries, and they keep getting denied, and they're not understanding why. And it's because of the amount of inquiries you have on your credit card. The single biggest reason you'll get denied for a credit card is mismatched information. Let me say that again. The biggest reason, this is like a bomb that I'm giving you right here. It is not the collection you have, it is not the age you have, it is not the inquiry you have. It is called mismatched information on your credit card. Meaning when you go to apply, what you're putting on your application does not match what the public record has for the bureau. And you're getting denied, and you're thinking, okay, cool, I'm getting denied, and you're thinking this is the kiss of death paperwork where it says, hey, we're going to reach out in 7 to 10 days with a decision. You guys are like, I'm getting denied, I'm done. That does not mean you're getting denied. It just means that the information you submitted does not match the creditors. And so this is going to require a phone call, extremely important information I just told you right here. This is going to require a phone call to the creditor that you are applying for to say, hey, I just got approved for, see how I just said, I'm being very optimistic for a minute, okay? I just got approved for a credit card, and for some reason it didn't tell me my credit limit, and so I wanted to call and get that. Now, you know damn well that you just got a notification on there that said 7 to 10 days that they're going to send you a letter. But do you believe that? No. What if you knew the credit union would call in, talk to somebody, a human being, and really the only reason why is because a computer system sent that because the information on your credit does not match the information you put on the application. What if you knew exactly what to put on your application to get approved every time? Would you get the credit union? What if I can show you how to fill out your application because it is stated information? Just gave you another nugget. What to put for your job employment, what to put for your rental, right, corresponds with you, what to put for your annual income, what to put for your rental payment, and that would dramatically increase your chances of getting approved for that credit card or home. What if I knew exactly, and I could share with you, how many trade lines you should have on your credit report? Remember I told you it's what's inside the credit report, not the score? So what if you knew how many primaries you should have? Simply show you which ones to get. Show you exactly what trade lines, authorized users you should have, how much age you should have, what progression you should have, and then basically tailor your credit report so that way you can get the most difficult thing. Because if you can get a mortgage for a house, that also means that you'll be able to get a car loan. That also means that you'll be able to get credit cards. So if you stage your credit report basically to be able to buy a home, then the steps underneath of that is actually easier to get. Did you know that? If you actually stage your credit report to get credit cards, you might get denied for a vehicle and probably get denied for a home. So I'm teaching you all the things you need to know and how to have your credit report. Because at the end of the day, guys, let me say this one more time. At the end of the day, it's not the credit score. At the end of the day, I know every single person wants good credit for usually one reason. Number one reason is they want some type of funding. Car, house, credit card, start a business, refinance. Number two, peace of mind. So that way when they go to get a car, house, credit card, or something like that, guess what? They have the peace of mind to know that their credit is in an amazing position to be able to get funding. So I want to share something with you guys today, and that is called the credit game. The reason why all that information, you get 75% off the trade lines, okay, in my program. You get the number one vendor in the world to actually repair your credit in the fastest results that are ever designed to ever come out because it's digital, not done by letters. So you're talking about results in 45 days on our Lambo, 90 days on our Maserati package. And I tell you all the education, all the way from associates level, all the way up to doctorate level, in basically what you need to know that needs to be on your credit report, so that when you apply, you're getting approved and not. This is priceless. Because let me tell you something. Can you imagine one credit card? One credit card that you get for, say, I don't know, $3,000, $5,000, $5,000 credit limit, $10,000 credit limit. If you could get that one credit card, think about that for a second. If it's just one credit card, how much that would make a huge difference in your life. What would that $10,000 credit card do for you? I say 3 to 5 because I'm thinking too small for a change. I want you to think big, like, hey, what if I can get that Navy Federal 25K that most of my people are getting right now, that are getting in their credit game? What if I can get that $80,000 Navy Federal, what do they call that card? I just got the damn card too. It's not the rewards, right? Flagship. What if you get the $80,000 limit? What if you can get that? How about this? What if you can actually pay half the amount on a car payment, like actually get a good interest rate, instead of paying high interest rates, paying 2 times the amount every month for a car? What if you could buy a house and stop get out of a rental and finally buy a house that you deserve for you and your family? What if you could do all that just by getting in the credit game and saying, you know what, Mike has helped hundreds of thousands of people in the last year. Why would I be any different? That's what I'm going to ask you. Why would you be any different than anybody else? I've seen credit scores from 314 all the way up to 847. Somebody called me with an 847 last year. He said, dude, I've got the highest credit score. I said, no, you don't. I do. I have an 831. He goes, what? Wait a minute. I got an 847. I said, no. I have, because I'm over 781. 781 up to 850 is the exact same credit score. It's going to have the same interest rate. You're going to get approved the same. It is called A1 credit. So whether you have an 847 or 831, it makes no difference. Now we're just talking about bragging rights. He can brag because he has a little bit higher, but it's still the same credit. I want to get you guys to 781 because I know the value once I get there of 781 with knowing what to put on your credit report, how many inquiries you should have, what policies
That's a
you should have on
sting,
there,
boy.
what trade lines